I wanted to make a video on what is owner financing and how does it work when it comes to land, or how can you buy land with owner financing and how does it all work? So I made another video on what is owner financing, but really quick, it is basically an agreement between the buyer and the seller for the purchase or the sale of a property that you're making a deal with the buyer, the owner, for financing instead of the bank. So basically the owner becomes your bank and will give you an installment or a payment plan for you to purchase this property. So how does it work? So the first thing is if you're interested in a piece of property and the seller is willing to offer owner financing, you would come to an agreement on the terms, which means like how much interest rate, what is the amortization, all the details. That is what you call the terms, right? So if it's like, okay, I'm buying this piece of land for $10,000 and I will give you $1,000 down. That's your down payment. And the $9,000, I want to pay it over 5 years, so 60 months. So you divide 9,000 divided by 60 months, which I believe is $150 a month approximately. And I'm willing to pay a 7% interest rate. So that means that the $9,000 you pay off over the 5 years, and it can be principal and interest or interest only, and it depends on what you negotiate. And that's something that whoever you're buying from or your realtor or even Google can help you like formulate. You can use ChatGPT, and it totally varies on what works for you. But that is basically how owner financing works: is you come to an agreement on terms and the purchase price, and then to enforce the contract, to make it legally binding, you can use what's called a land contract, or there's even a thing where you do a memorandum of sale with the installment agreement that's recorded with the county. And that is something that an attorney can help you with, title companies. So the main thing, guys, with owner financing is coming to an agreement on terms and the price, and then the enforcement of it can be handled through an attorney, and they can help you figure it out because it totally varies state by state, and you can use a title company to facilitate the transaction. So first thing is you can also get an appraisal, or you can get your due diligence. It works the same. All there is the bank doesn't give you a loan, is the seller gives you a loan, and you're making a deal direct with the seller, and you're using things like a land contract or a memorandum of sale to initiate, to start the payments. And how it works after you close is you own the property now unless you miss a payment. If you miss a payment, the seller can foreclose on you, and it depends on the terms of your contract. If you're like, okay, well, they have 30 days to make up this payment. If they don't make it back, if they don't make the payment, the seller can foreclose on you, or if there's there's a deed in lieu, they can just take it back. So that's the main thing. You have to continue making your payments to the seller, and depending on the terms of your contract varies, it varies on how the enforcement. So in a nutshell, that is basically how owner financing works. If in my recommendation, I would suggest is you work with a attorney and a title company, and first thing is you agree with the terms, and you can use a written for this. So that is basically how owner financing works.